I'm just going to get these stories out. I had on my phone, ask Kirk if he's ever seen a ghost. And you had your crying baby. And then I realized I'm completely fucking hogging your shit.
No, that's all right. This is.
There was a guy that always sat on the stairs outside A&P. He was an old fat guy. His name was Harry. And I would always jog past him. And he'd always go, hey, Jay, hey, Jay, hey, Jay. And then one Christmas, we were doing all our Christmas shopping. And I said to my mom, I should get a present for Harry. My mom goes, who's Harry? And I go, it's the guy that's always sitting outside A&P. And she was just like, okay, we're at Macy's at Willowbrook Mall. And I got him like a little clock, like a $16 clock to put on his mantle. And he had like a 3-story walk-up apartment in a house, like in someone's home with a separate entrance. And we went up to his house. I gave him the clock. He cried. And he goes, I haven't had a Christmas present it was a crazy number, like in 54 years. And I went, oh. And he wept. And then we left, and he died that night.
Wow.
That's weird, right? Fuck, I gave him time, and his time ended.
That's great. You did it.
There's people fucking high listening to this right now.
You did it.
Driving from Saskatoon down to Edmonton.
You know, I had a tennis instructor.
I saw a pigeon ghost once.
Did you? No, but I had a tennis instructor when I was, 10 to 15. I had a tennis instructor, and we paid for the tennis lessons with loaves of bread. My mom cooked bread every Sunday, and I would take him down loaves of bread. And this guy would give me an occasional tennis lesson when he had time. But he was a major part of my life that he may have been just a ghost, because he'd kind of sit in his car. He'd sleep in his van. I don't know if he...
Was the car in the van?
No, but it may have been eventually. But then after a few years, he just vanished.
They're just gone.
Yeah.
But this guy made an indelible... That's exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you, Kirk. This guy made an indelible mark.
Oh.
You're in your 40s, and you're sitting here going, like, what the fuck was that
Dave
guy?
Rath. R-A-T-H. And I've since tried to track him down, but he was a good tennis pro down at Pacific Beach Recreation Center.
I feel like there's a lot about your family that you withhold, because whenever you give these little nooks and crannies, it's the most fascinating stuff in the world. Like you sat here for an hour and a half in the last week of September.
Is that when that was?
And you didn't mention the fact that there was a crying baby outside your window, and your mom had lost her brother when she was little. He drowned in a pond outside your window. And then you tell me about your father's connection to the universe. You left that part out. And then your mom used to bake loaves
of bread every Sunday.
Like your family, I think there's like...
And I would get on my little Stingray, my little blue Stingray, and the loaf of bread, the loaf of bread would be in my, hanging from the handlebars. And I would go down there and I'd give him his loaf of bread. And I'd also help him pick up tennis balls. Tennis has always been a major part of my life. I taught for 10 or 15 years.
You were a pro.
Yeah, but I also...
What was the highest you were ranked? 100 and what?
Oh.
Not even?
Not even.
Really?
200s maybe, briefly.
How do you become... What makes you a pro? Does someone hand you a check?
You just say it at bars. And it's either that or Navy SEAL, and I had the shorts, so I went with tennis pro. If you're out there trying to make a living and you're making a little money, you're a pro.
That's true. That's what actors out there, people out there that want to act, they don't realize if you're doing a play at, the Omaha little playhouse, you're an actor. You're doing it. Like, what's this? What are you looking around for? You're doing it.
And even if you're not getting paid, you're doing it. You're working. Like if you're writing every day and trying to create product, you're a writer. You can say it. Just because no one buys it, maybe they'll buy it when you're dead. I don't like people who just need to have the currency to validate them in anything.
Well, I don't need it to validate me, but I only
need it to survive.
I only get off the couch for the currency.
This is true. I don't.
But now you are. Now you're in the machine.
I am, but not by choice. I prefer not to.
Dr. Phil picked you to be the host of The Test. You're doing 175 episodes.
This is true.
You can't get more pregnant with a showbiz baby than you are.
I know.
You're the Octodad.
I know.
You're going to have Jay McGraw's baby.
I'm going to have somebody's eventually now.
Your wife? You was telling me your girlfriend wants your sperm frozen or pigeons? Which one?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the pigeon. I was just going to tell you there was something happened with a pigeon the other day that I thought was.
I want to hear.
Was interesting, and I was going to say, hey, we could talk about that because the stuff I talk about is the minutia. It's just little shit that's interesting to me. That's why it's not really translating on stage.
But no way you're lying. You open for me in Ontario, and you do so much self-deprecating talk like that when you actually went on stage, you destroyed. You were fucking hysterical.
Well, I didn't talk about the pigeon yet.
You're full of shit. And that's, it's one way to go about it, and it may work in the bars when you're chasing skirt and sucking tubes. But the fact of the matter is, I saw you in Ontario. You walked on stage, and the moment you walked on stage, you said a sentence, and everybody, and you were first. You were emceeing, which is an arduous task.
Yeah, don't ever do that to me again. If you want, you can.
You like pigeons? They all look like Mick Jagger.
Oh, no, but here's what happened.
They all walk around like Mick Jagger.
I was having a muffin the other day, and a pigeon hopped up to me on one leg. He just had one leg, and I usually ignore pigeons because they're dirty, and I just don't want to get into it.
You stood in line to hug a fat Indian lady.
Not by choice.
I mean, not by choice. She gave you candy. You ate it and you were the 10,000. What the fuck?
I'm not proud of it.
You were the 10,000th person.
Oh, I know.
They closed the doors behind you.
There's been a million since then.
Not by choice.
Not by choice. I was forced.
Nobody's going, seriously, hang in there, hang in there, hang in there.
Come on, it's worth it. Come on, she's gonna change your life. Okay. I just had to do it because of the girl that I was with.
Was the girl, was it good?
I don't know. Not as...
Was it worth an 8-hour
Is it ever?
Sometimes.
Not when Amma's involved.
Usually the 8-hour hug comes after.
That's true. After you have sex with the girl, then you got to hug for 8 hours.
So the pigeon hops up to me on one leg. And I looked at it and I was like, oh man, it was like a disabled veteran homeless pigeon.
He stepped on an IED.
You know, that's what I thought. Maybe he got shot or electric wire. Like my brain was like, or he had a great message that someone just fucking cut his leg off. Like I had all these, like that's where my brain went. Like, oh
Serrano's
shit.
got the discs.
So I gave him some muffin, which I usually wouldn't do. And he hopped over behind, and I watched him go because I was like, man, this guy's a real trooper. And he hopped over, and he went behind a car, and I watched. And 5 other pigeons came out, and he gave them the muffin.
It was a hustle.
It was a fucking hustle. It was like, I was pissed. Like, hey, man, that wasn't for your friends. It was like they sent out the homeless one-armed pigeon. And the pigeon looked at me, and he lowered his arm.
Get the fuck out.
I'm not kidding.
He had to.
He had to.
Do you think a pigeon has the mental faculty?
I do now. I really, in my brain, that's why I've been thinking about it a lot, is like pigeons are a lot smarter than we give them credit for. He was mirroring the homeless guys who fake that they're disabled vets.
They are smart. There's this place in the pier where if you stand with the churro and look out at the ocean, there's a seagull that sits behind you on the building and will swoop down and steal your ice cream cones or your churro if you're leaving.
Yeah, that's seagull. That's a different bird. We'll stay on the pigeon.
Pigeon is smarter, you're saying?
Yeah. Pigeons are so smart that we used them during World War II.
Yeah,
Our country is based on the pigeon. Like the pigeon would fly behind enemy lines.
And cough on Indians.
No, and then they would take the message and like, oh shit, the tanks are coming. Thanks, pigeon. Go back. You never see, but we...
What animals failed?
But we reward the parrot. We're like, we love the parrot because it's so pretty.
Pretty girl.
But the truth is, the pigeons, they're dirty, but they're smarter. You never have seen a parrot fly behind enemy lines. It's like, where's the enemy? Hi. Yeah, where's the enemy? Hello. Yeah, I heard that. Where's the sniper? The guy gets shot.
We do your parrot again.
Hi. Hello.
How many animals do you think they tried before they settled on pigeon? Like, who the hell?
Lots.
Yeah, it's weird, right? They like tie this note to this horse and slap it on the ass.
But they also used to have pigeons that would drop bombs, little bombs.
No.
Would I make this up?
I don't know.
Of course, yes. No. No, so that's the
No,
thing.
hold on. Let's go through the procession of animals. Like, it had to have started with a horse. Just if you're thinking back to like Roman times.
Well, they like
even.
pigeons because they would return.
But you don't know that.
That's why Mike
until,
Tyson has pigeons. No one
because
else
they didn't
would come
cut out
back
on
to
him.
him.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Customato died on him.
Yeah.
Kevin Rooney got fired.
Yeah. He could put any note he wanted on that pigeon.
Mike Tyson
Go get me some bitches.
Mike Tyson beats Buster Douglas in Tokyo. He puts it in a pigeon,
Yeah.
and the pigeon gives it to somebody.
And then someone eats
Was
it.
that the pigeon's voice or Mike Tyson's?
You know, they work together. Either voice can interchangeable. I'm not good with voices.
God damn it! I'm not letting this go. We gotta
Stay on it. I'm with you.
in descending order. It had to have started with a horse at a practicality.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Romans, they were good at war.
Yeah.
They go, you know, whatever the
Send
fuck
the
it-
horse.
and then the horse gets literally 10 feet and a fucking arrow goes through its neck.
Yeah.
And they take the note and then they kill everybody. And they're like,
And they
"All right."
decided horses are better with the male.
Yes. Well, actually, we did. Romans. We're still with Romans. You
Okay.
just went forward 400 years.
That's how I usually jump.
That's fine. So then what's after the horse? Do they go straight to dog, or is there an intermediate animal like a cow? A Roman animal?
I'd say cow didn't work because of their tendency to lay down and sleep.
Yeah, they mill about.
Yeah. We need that information quick.
You see a cow 40 feet away just chewing fucking grass. You're like, oh my God, this guy's a dick.
We got to send someone to get the cow.
Dirty cow. He got fired. He was giving away the
The
information.
Kobe cow. Got to send in the Kobe.
So then it has to go to, if it's Roman, it's got to go to Rottweiler. Rottweiler's a Roman dog.
Now,
I
why are
think
you
of it.
starting with Romans? That's where war started?
I'm just thinking about a group of people
Oh,
that
that's
fought
fine.
a lot.
I just
Maybe
like to-
because I was talking about the church,
That's nice.
right? Maybe.
We'll tie it all together.
Well, how you want to go Genghis Khan? You start with camel,
Listen.
horse. It still starts with horse,
Yeah.
no matter where you are in history.
It's all people.
I don't think you'd want to send a large animal though, in case it dies.
I'm
that-
thinking of pterodactyls going around Brain's head right now. Sorry.
Where's the tank? Hi. I know. Where's the tank? Hello. I heard you already.
How did
They
decide
say
on pigeon?
They say parrots are so smart. They can speak 400 words, but they only chose 4, and they all mean the same. Hi,
And
hello,
pretty bird.
pretty bird. It's the most vain.
How smart?
There was a
How
lady at
smart
the
are you?
coffee bean the other day with a parrot that was just yelling at me, and I was like, "Lady, can you just tell your parrot to shut up?"
What was he saying?
Hi. Hello. Oh, but the parrot was like, Mary. Hi, Mary. And then I was like, hey, Mary, could you shut your bird up? You know, it's right in my ear. And she's like,
And then she crossed her legs.
no, she's like, the bird's just showing off. I'm like, no, your bird's an asshole. Like if it was showing off, it would like say hi. And then I'd say hi and the conversation would be done.
If your bird was showing off, it would go, "Hey, Kirk, look at this lady."
You want to fuck Mary?
Who would, right, Kirk? Hey, Kirk, for real.
I hated this lady.
Can you believe Stephen Hawking cheated on his wife?
See, that's a smart parrot. But not hi.
I always am fascinated when people own animals that are predatory towards one another. Like a dog and a cat in a house is weird. But then there's people that have cats and there's a bird. And like a cat and a goldfish. And just all day.
Boa constrictors and mice.
Yes. And everyone's just fucking eyeballing
Has anyone seen
each-
the mice?
all
That's
day,
just-
everybody's just eyeballing each other. The cat's looking at the bird. The bird's looking down at the cat. The cat's looking at the goldfish. The
It's
dog's
like rich
looking
guys
at the cat.
looking at their nanny. It's all
That's
the
right.
same shit.
It sounds like Twinkle Twinkle.
Yes, it's true. It always amazes me in pet store. They keep like the bunnies right next to the boas, and there's just that one piece of glass, or like they keep the mice right next to the boas, and then like when they close Petco, the mice are just up on their hind legs, like, "What's up? Like, you want to do something? Let's do something."
Let's
and the
party.
snake's like, "You talk a lot of shit to this glass."
Oh, and to answer your question, yeah, she wants to freeze my sperm.
Your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Why freeze it? Why not just put it in her vagina hole?
Well, because
get pregnant and
she
make a
doesn't
baby.
Well, first
Do
of
it
all,
now before the fucking show goes on the air, you idiot.
No, I'm trying to get out,
Of her?
just out of everything before the cash comes.
Kirk, let me
No,
tell you.
she wants to freeze it because I'm a lot older than her.
How old is she?